Do you actually know where your pool's plumbing goes, or what the valves even do? I'm Matt from Swim University, and understanding your pool's anatomy is literally the first thing I teach every single pool owner, because once you understand your plumbing layout and how the valves actually work, you can get your pool running the way it should. So let's walk through how to map out your pool's plumbing and how to work your valves. By the way, there's a plumbing and equipment guide here in the Pool Care Handbook. So if you want a reference manual you can use anytime, get your copy at swimu.com/book. First, let's talk about your pool's plumbing lines. Your pool's plumbing has two sides. The suction side pulls water out of the pool toward the pump, and then the pressure side pushes filtered water back into your pool through return jets. Now, here are the elements that make up your suction side and pressure side. Number one is skimmers. These are the rectangular ports built into the side of your pool wall. Water flows into them and then toward the pump through the skimmer lines. Number two is main drains. These sit at the bottom of in-ground pools. Water is pulled from the bottom of the pool through the underground main drain lines into the pump. Newer in-ground pools will have two main drains as a safety feature to reduce suction force. Number three is a vacuum or a cleaner port. Now, not every pool has this. It's a dedicated suction inlet on the side of your pool where you can hook up a suction side automatic cleaner. So when the pump is running, the vacuum will get the suction and the water will move through this line toward the pump. Number four is suction lines. These are the PVC pipes that carry water from all of those suction points to the pump. These include your skimmer lines, your main drain lines, and your vacuum cleaner lines. Number five is return lines. These PVC pipes are located after the pump and filter. They carried filtered water back into the pool, sometimes passing through a heater, a chlorinator, or a salt system along the way. The water returns to your pool through these lines and exits through return jets or a water feature like a waterfall or a slide. So those are your pool's plumbing lines. Now let's talk about pool valves. These control the water that flows through your plumbing. There are a few different types of valves you'll see. Number one is a shutoff valve or a ball valve. These stop the flow of water. You'll typically find them near the pump or the filter, and they're useful for isolating sections of plumbing during repairs. Number two is three-way diverter valves. Now, these are the workhorses of your suction side plumbing. The handle lets you control flow from multiple lines, like your skimmer and main drain. You might also find these on the pressure side, directing flow to water features like a spa or a waterfall. These three-way valves can also be known as Jandy valves, which is a brand name. They can look kind of confusing at first, but here are the different positions and how they work. You got fully open. All of the ports are open and flowing. This is the default position for everyday pool operation. Your skimmers and your main drain are both pulling water in at full flow. Skimmer ports closed. This means that only the main drain is pulling water. It's rarely set to this, but it's useful if you want to pull debris only from the pool floor or you need to work below the skimmer line. Main drain closed. All of the suction lines go to the skimmer. Now, if your main drain isn't working or you only have one main drain and you're worried about a suction hazard, you're probably set to this. It's also helpful when there's heavy surface debris. Pump port closed. This stops water flowing into the pump. This is only useful when the pump is off. You use this position when making repairs or winterizing. Partially closed. This restricts flow without cutting it off completely. You use it to redirect suction. For example, partially closing the main drain helps to give the skimmers or a cleaner more suction power. Now, the next type of valves are number three, multiport valves. Now, this is the valve that sits on top of your filter and has multiple settings. You have filter, your normal everyday setting. Water passes through the filtered media and then returns to your pool. You have backwash. This reverses the flow of water through your filter to flush out any trapped dirt and debris. Use this option when your filter needs cleaning. Now, we have a longer video on backwashing if you're not sure how to use this setting. Rinse. Rinsing after backwashing helps to resettle the sand bed before returning to filter mode. Waste. This bypasses the filter entirely and then sends the water out the waste line. Use this when vacuuming heavy algae or debris. Recirculate. This moves water through the system but bypasses the filter media, and it's useful when adding flocculant. Closed. This shuts off the flow of water to the filter. You only use this setting when you're working on your equipment, and you never run the pump with the valve in this position. And then you have winter or winterize. This opens all of the ports to prevent freeze damage. Use this when you're closing a pool, not the closed setting, which can trap water and crack the valve. Now, if you don't have a winter setting, you can just set the valve between two settings and this will keep everything open. And always have your pump turned off before you move the handle on the multiport valve. valve, because switching it while it's running can actually damage the internal gasket and it'll cause leaks. And when you do turn the handle, make sure you only turn it in one direction, usually clockwise, to keep the gasket and valve working properly. The final type of valve is number 4, check valves. A check valve only allows water to flow in one direction, preventing backflow when your pump shuts off. You'll see this with automatic chlorinators, solar heaters, or a connected spa. So now that you have the basics, here's how to identify your own plumbing line setup. You'll be testing and labeling the lines using your valves. Now, before you start, make sure that all your valves are open and never shut off the water flow to your pump entirely during this process. Step number 1. Test your suction lines. With the pump running, close off one suction side valve at a time and then walk the pool and watch for changes. If the skimmer stops pulling water in, that's the valve that controls it. If a suction side cleaner stops moving, well, that's the cleaner line. If everything else is off and there's still suction, the remaining active line is your main drain. Remember, always keep at least one suction line open while you test and while your pump is running. Step number 2, test your return lines. You want to do the same on the pressure side. Close one return valve at a time and watch which jets and water features or spa features stop flowing. If a bubbler or waterfall turns off, well, then you found that valve. Step number 3 is to label everything. Once you've identified each line, label it. Use a permanent marker on the PVC pipe or waterproof vinyl labels. Mark things like skimmer, main drain, cleaner, return jets, everything. Now make sure you label the pipes themselves, not just the valve handles, because handles can be removed or replaced. If you're still feeling confused, I totally get it. Here's an example of a few common plumbing suction side setups, and feel free to take a screenshot. And if you need more help getting your pump primed or troubleshooting weak water flow, I recommend checking out the Pool Care Handbook, because there's an entire troubleshooting section to help you walk through your plumbing, your pump, and your filter problems. You can get your copy at swimu.com/book. And if you have any questions about your particular pool valves or plumbing, please ask in the comments below. That's it. Thanks for watching. And as always, happy swimming.